I'm Alana, and this is your Fletcher towel tutorial video. The Fletcher towel was developed by Ron Fletcher. He was a student of Joseph Pilates, and he developed this to work shoulder mobility, shoulder strength, to find the length of a standing posture, and then to work spinal mechanics. So we're going to go through a few of those elements. This class starts off pretty basic, and then it does progress to get a little bit more complex near the end. You can just stick with the first part if you'd like, but I would suggest using the first part as a warm-up for the second part of class. So go ahead and we'll start with the towel in our hands, palms facing up to the ceiling, elbows are into the sides. And part of the towel work is just how we stand, how we breathe. So I want you to feel the feet nice and flat into the floor. Feel the magnets between the legs at the ankles, knees, and tops of the thighs lifting up and pulling together. And then wrap all 10 fingers around your towel. Let's take an inhale to pull the towel apart. And exhale, slight release. Inhale to pull. And release. When we pull the towel, we call it a taut towel pull. And release. Let's do 3 more. 2. This last one, inhale to pull, and take an exhale just to keep that taut towel pull. Let's inhale, slide the arms forward, and exhale, draw the elbows into your sides. Feel wide across the chest and the upper back. Pull the towel the entire time as I reach it forward and as I bring it into my body. 1 more. Release your towel, roll your shoulders up and back. So to measure out your towel, if you've done this before, you know about where you want to hold, but I fold the towel in half, place the folded edge right at one edge of the shoulder, and then measure out where the other shoulder hits on the towel. I'm going to let go of the folded side, and then where my hands are is where I'm going to hold on that towel. So it measures about double the width of the shoulders. If it's not perfect, that's okay, but just so we get a good feeling of width as we pull it apart. So bring your towel down towards your hips. Again, feel the length through the crown of the head, press the feet into the floor. We'll take an inhale to pull it taut. And slight release. Inhale, pull. As we pull the towel, we want to feel the cape line of the body. So that meaning the upper outer arm across the upper back and through the other outer upper arm. So we pull wide 2 more times. Lots of breath in and release. This time, pull that towel apart and then lift it up towards the sternum. Take an inhale to stay and slight release. Last one. And this one will lift it up towards the crown of the head. Now, depending on your shoulder mobility, you may be slightly forward of the head, or you may be closer towards the top of the head. Feel the armpits wrapping forward. Take an inhale to pull, and slight release. Last one. And lower that towel down. Release and roll the shoulders up and back. And back. Just to make sure the neck is easy, let's take the eyes over to the right and center. And other side. 1 more time. Now we're going to work the breath. So we use multiple breaths to work the expansion of the ribs, try to gain more oxygen capacity in the lungs. We'll pull that towel taut at the hips, and we're going to take a double breath to lift the towel to the chest and above the head. Let's try 3 breaths up. 1, 2, 3. Inhale the towel all the way up and press. Lower down, roll your shoulders up and back. So while you're taking a break, I want to just address one part of that lift above the head. As we lift the towel up above the head, the tendency for a lot of us is to try to involve the shoulders. This is our lift. As we're working with that towel, we want to really practice shoulder stability. So as the towel comes up above the head, we want to almost feel like the scapula could glide down the back into the back pockets of your pants, if you have back pockets. Also, another imagery thing is to wrap the armpits forward so that we don't get up into the tops of the shoulder joints. So we'll think about that through this next little bit. We're working the posterior range of motion. So I'm going to turn sideways. And we'll pull that towel taut at the hips. Lift your towel up towards the crown of the head. Imagine there's a person standing right behind you, and you're going to feel like you could lift that towel up and over the person. Again, depending on shoulder mobility, you may be further, you may not be as far as I am. We'll pulse that towel up and back. 2. Lower down, bring your knuckles into your hips, bend the knees, and then feel like your elbows could touch each other in front of your body. Stack your spine up nice and tall, pull that towel taut at the hips, lift it up towards the crown of the head, and then you might go a little bit further, you might not, but we'll lift that towel up and back, pulse it back. 2. And last set, lift it up, and to the hips. Knuckles into your hips, bend the knees around your back. Stack the spine up. Last time, pull it taut, lift it up towards the crown of the head, lift up and back. Head is on top of the spine, pulse the towel. We're still pulling it apart. And the last set. Inhale to lift and press to the hips, bend the knees, round the upper back. Stack the spine up nice and tall. So to get that full range of motion, eventually, we work the upper posterior range of motion, and then we can also work it from the bottom. So you're going to lift your towel up above your head, bend your elbows, and then just let that towel come behind the hips. So let's take a couple of top towel pulls here. You're going to inhale, pull that towel apart, and slight release. Pull apart. Keeping the ribs softly down the front of the body. This next one, pull your towel, and exhale, let's keep that pull wide through the arms. Lift the towel up again to wherever the shoulders allow you to go, pulse it up. 2. Last set. Lower your towel down. Relax the arms. If you'd like, you can take that round forward again. It usually feels pretty good. Let's pull that towel taut. Lift it up. Maybe it goes a little bit higher. Pulse it up. 2. Last set. Bring your towel down and relax the arms. Last time, pull that towel taut. Lift it up to wherever the shoulders will let you go. Pulse it up. 2. And last set. Lower it down, just to bring the towel back to the front. Bend the elbows to lift it up. And lower down. Let's give the shoulders a big roll up and back. So just as a little break for the arms, sometimes we'll incorporate other movements between the towel work. Let's go ahead and take 2 breaths to roll ourselves down through the spine. All the way to the floor, you can let your towel release. Inhale, bend the knees, and stretch. Go ahead and grab a hold of your towel, slowly roll it up. Second breath brings you all the way to the top. From here, let's pull that towel taut at the hips, lift it up towards chest height. Now we're going to imagine the elbows are on a shelf. Inhale, pull that towel in towards the chest, and exhale, press it forward. If you have a mirror in front of you, it's good to kind of take a look and see if those elbows are staying at about the same level as the wrists. 2 more. This next one, pull it in, exhale, hold. Let's inhale, rotate the elbows under, and exhale, bring them back up. Still pulling the towel the entire time. 2 more. Last one. And rotate, press it forward and lower down. We always take that shoulder roll just to release that work through the shoulders because we feel it quite a lot, especially on that last piece. Working the feet for a moment, let's inhale, lift all 10 toes up off of the floor. Exhale, lower them down and feel like they could widen down onto the floor. Inhale to lift and lower. 2 more times. This last one, lift the toes. Let's find a small turnout. Heels together, toes apart. Now, I'm going to take a moment to feel my hip bolts. If I had a bolt going through my pelvis right underneath the hip bone, it would go straight through the middle, and I'm going to work with those bolts a little bit for this next piece. So go ahead and pull your towel taut at the hips, lift it up towards the crown of the head. Now I'm going to start with my right hip bolt moving out to the side as I bend up and over to the left. We'll bring it back to center. To the other side, move the hip. For this piece, we want to keep the head in the frame of the arms. One more time. Hold it here. Now I'm going to pulse my hip out to the side, double breath. And last set. Inhale through center. You're imagining you're in a toaster slot as you bend to the side. Pulse the other hip out. And last set. Inhale through center and lower it down again. Let's roll the shoulders up and back.